Over 40 years ago, a couple left Texas for Napa Valley with the dream of making world-class wines. And today, it's among Napa Valley's most sought-after wine. Welcome to the breathtaking beauty that is Amizetta. All right, well, thanks for joining us here today in this gorgeous location. So let's start with the name of your winery. Where did it come from? Tell me about the namesake.
So Amizetta is my mother's first name. It's Italian. Ami means love in Italian, and it's been the family for 15 generations. So my father wanted to name it after her.
Nice. And they originated in Texas, correct?
Yeah. They moved out here back in 1979, and what happened is they'd been to France and Italy and really loved these hillside vineyards and the hillside wines, and they came out here and they found this site and they said they wanted to make something that kind of mimicked that.
Nice. So this is quite a remote location if you're driving through Napa Valley, and then to find your way up on Howell Mountain. How did they find this place in particular?
It was a long hunt, so they searched all around the valley for a long time to find the exact spot they're looking for, which was southern facing, rocky, and high elevation. They wanted to be right around the top of the fog line here in Napa Valley.
And you're very much about sustainable vineyard practices and solar and being self-sustaining. Tell me, why is that important to you?
We always joke too that being on the hillside, we always had to be sustainable. You had to have a lot of erosion control and really care about the hillside because you couldn't let everything go down the hills. The dirts move off here. So a lot of what we've been doing for 30 years is a lot of the new stuff that people are just starting to do. So it's kind of fun.
Nice. And so talk about the terracing. It's impressive to drive up here and see this steep terracing. How do you figure out where you want to plant and what varietals you want to plant?
I had to do a little bit with Justin Meyer in the beginning, but it also had to do with a lot of soil testing. We actually dug pits and tested the soils and discovered what the best nutrients were in individual spots, and then that's where we decided to plant certain varietals. The terracing pretty much had to take place because of the steepness of our property. We go from anywhere from 15 degrees all the way up to 35 to 40 degree slopes around here. So
wow.
Terracing is mandatory on these type of terrains.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get the views, so can't beat that, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about how the terracing plays into the flavor profiles of your wines.
Yeah, so being hillside, we have very rocky soils that's very stressful to the vines, and this creates small berries on the vines, which gives us higher skin to juice ratio. And in the skin is all your complexity, your tannin, your structure to the wine. So being hillside, we have the benefit of that going to these big mouthful, full-bodied wines. And so that's what we really strive on out here, along with doing the water, less water. Everything we do is kind of to stress them a little more and get the most intense flavors we can.
Very nice. And you mentioned you might be the steepest?
We are one of the steepest vineyards probably in the valley. We range for anywhere from 15 degree slope up to 60 degree slopes, so it's a very steep environment around here. And
Very
that's
nice.
hence the terracing that has to be done to actually even walk or even get around the land.
There's a lot of areas in here where guys wear soccer cleats so they can
Really?
They can climb up the hillside.
Very cool. Gonna be half mountain goat. That works. So let's talk about your wines. What can wine consumers expect when they open a bottle of Amizetta?
Well, with the hillside, we can get really big tannins. So our wines have a lot of tannin, but what we strive for is to make sure those tannins are soft and round and smooth on the palate. So we don't want you to take a bottle of wine and be overwhelmed and it's just too harsh. We want them to be fruit forward, friendly, soft and round, and that's what we like people to expect out of our wines.
And what is your total production?
We are 3,000 cases.
Nice. It's a very small production, and it's all estate grown, correct?
Yes.
Nice. So nothing is sourced from outside.
It's all grown here, made here, and bottled here.
Wow. Nice. Well, let's go taste some wine.
Wonderful.
All right, sounds good.
There's truly a magic here. The views, the warmth, the friendliness is only superseded by what's in the bottle itself. With one sip, you'll experience this magic and you will understand. So don't delay, and thank you for your support.